Alright, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the TRCBY show. So today we are testing out Kineza. We were messing around with her in expert campaign mode. I was at like, what is it, like 7-1, and I decided to mess around in that with Kineza, and I got like up to like E7, 6, or whatever it is, the 6th stage in expert 7 mode. So I wanted to pause and maybe give you guys a little bit of my findings with Kineza. So Kineza's gear, like currently we have 329 attack speed, which I think is super amazing. Right before that, I did another swap out, and we were so close, to like 200. We had like 199, and like, why is that important? It's because of this. So originally has 12% chance of dodge, but with every 100 attack speed, we get an additional 3% extra chance of dodge. So since we have 300% or 300, we get 3% 3 times, which is 9, right? 3, 6, 9. Yeah, that makes sense. So 9 plus 12, 21. So plus 2. So we have 23% dodge rate on Kineza at the moment. So that is why it's kind of important to build her out with attack speed on here. So let's go ahead and hit up E7-1 and just kind of showcase what she could do. And I think this is very similar to Wrath in terms of the survivability. Once you have your ultimate up, you swing pretty darn hard, just like Wrath as well too. So I'm just going to drop her down over here. We'll double time this. So she does double attack to enemies if you see. Like with that staff, she just goes whack a whack. And I'm just going to drop all of these other Nightmare here just to give her a little bit more of that attack speed buff, as you guys know. There you go. Now that's 20% attack speed. I'm just facing all these guys upwards because I kind of really want to have Kineza do all of the work here. Alright, so Torador is going to be the last. And boom, 35%. So here you go. So I'm not sure if we get even more dodge from this or not. Like, it would be great if I knew that. So just to share with you guys. So if we have 35% plus our 320 something percent, I don't know the math on that, but 10% is what out of 300? That's 30, and 30% is 600, like 60. No, like 30, maybe that's another 3% dodge. So 22, 3, 4, 5, 6, 26% dodge, perhaps. Oh, Torador, stop hitting people. Alright, so anyways, this is Kineza's show. So when she is low, it gets a little bit scary because she could either dodge or get hit and die. Or she just hopefully heals. Right there, we just dodged and we got hit, but then we did a big whack. So she is... I didn't even get to see that whack. Let's go back to that real quick. I'm going to challenge again, just because now this time I just want to see the numbers a little bit more. So I'm just going to pop her down. That's 5%. Whoa. That big whack is doing some rat damage over here. So she is very similar to Wrath, I say. I say more so than Mr. Salazar. Sure, they could be lizards or scaly creatures, but they have very similar survivability as Wrath. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure where Wrath gets his survivability from. It's either Miss Kineza over there and Mr. Wrath have a very similar trait thing going on here, because they both have auto skills. Check. They both have massive amounts of regen ability. They could both hold the line like this. Yeah, that's a check and a check and a check. So I don't know. It makes me wonder, if they have another story mode in there where maybe perhaps potentially Wrath could be the other key player in Kineza's life versus just Salazar, and then we're gonna have a whole Watcher of Realm drama thing happening with the Salazar Lizard Scaly individual clan versus I don't know. Or I don't know. Maybe that's a little bit too much. But Wrath and Kineza, extremely similar in kit. 2020, and the big hit that's coming, we're gonna finish it off. Oh, we only finish it off with like the rest of his HP. But she does significant amount of damage, and I wish there was a test dummy where we could just pummel away at just a scarecrow something, so that way we could see damage. We could test out gears, and then they could have like a damage meter of some sort. That would be amazing if we're able to do like a test dummy in the game. So if anybody has any influence with the developers, I think just a training ground someplace, with test dummies that have like infinite HP, so that way we could just test out either our gears or whatever it is, or something, or have an infinite amount of like an endless battle of some sort, so where we could test stuff out, because I think that would actually be pretty cool to have in addition to whatever it is that we have right now. So I'm going to do another one real quick. We're going to go to E7-2, and I don't believe I could solo this with just Kineza, but we'll try. No, we can't because there's 2 crystals. All right, I believe the top one comes up first. So I'm going to drop her down up top, and I'm going to drop Wrath down at the bottom, and then you guys, you tell me. I think they are more of a couple than Salazar and Kineza. Just watch these two go. I'm just gonna drop an Abomination maybe over here. He's not gonna really look. He's not looking. He doesn't want to get involved, right? He's like, I'm gonna divert my eyes away. But now he's got to face Kineza in the backside. All right, so Torador, you are going to just look away as well too. You're not gonna look. You're just gonna stay there for the buffs. Check that out. Wrath and Kineza very similar with the HP regen and the massive damage. So Kineza up top, if you saw that, she is swinging for like over 100k, 110k, and I think I'll get the big guy in a little bit, but you'll see that she does some really, really big boy damage going on here when she hits. She could hit, I think my biggest one that I saw was close to like 300k, like it was like 290 something. And Wrath, you are also on a speed type of build. I don't believe you have nearly as much as Kineza in terms of attack speed. So my eyes are kind of like looking back and forth. Very similar in damage. And there is Abominations. Like, hey, dude, you missed one. I'm checking out the top side. 137. So well over 100k for Kineza. But she does have a little bit less HP than Wrath. But still very, very high survivability. Both of those guys could pretty much, except for that last one that Wrath missed, like they could pretty much hold a line very well on their own with no healers whatsoever. So the healers could focus on the tank, and just you could have Kineza and or Wrath just holding a line somewhere, or guarding, protecting a soul crystal somewhere else. So they are very similar. Wink. Like I'm thinking they are so similar that the bonding should have been Wrath and Kineza almost than Salazar. Like that's where my mind is going for whatever reason. But anyways, that is it for now. I hope everybody's doing well, staying safe and healthy, and peace.